Hello students, welcome to the next lecture on the optimization techniques. Today I will explain you what is the optimizations और इसकी क्यों जरूरत पड़ी, what are the various types of the optimizations, क्या होता है optimization, कैसे हम इसको handle करते हैं. All we will discuss in this today's lecture. Myself Dr. Harish Garg. You can follow and subscribe my YouTube channel. Now we have discussed in our last lectures that how the company minimizing the cost. Have you ever think about that, how the company is minimizing the cost? कैसे इंजीनियर जो है वो बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट को मोस्ट एफिशिएंट वे से डिजाइन कर देते हैं. फाइन. और हाउ द डाटा एनालिस्ट चूज द बेस्ट मॉडल जिसकी वजह से वो रिसर्च करते हैं. हैव यू एवर थिंक अबाउट दैट? The answer of all these problems will be given in the subject optimization technique. So basically, optimization techniques क्या है? It's a process, fine, or you can say it's a technique to find the best possible solutions. What is optimization is? It is a process to find the best possible solutions among the various available choices. अगर हमारे पास बहुत सारी choices हैं और उसमें से एक best solution को निकालना है, तो the way we can find the solution is called as the optimization techniques. Fine. For example, अगर आपको मिनिमाइज करनी हो किसी की कॉस्ट, मैक्सिमाइज करना हो किसी इंडस्ट्री का प्रॉफिट, आपको रिड्यूस करना हो किसी का टाइम और किसी की इंप्रूव करनी हो एफिशिएंसी, all these are the parts of the optimization techniques. Fine. That means the optimization techniques help us to achieve any one of the goal or maybe more than one goal using some mathematical methods. जैसे मान लो कि these are your problems. Fine. How the engineer designed the best course. So this all answer we will given in the optimization techniques, and that's way the mathematicians help us to find the best possible solutions based on the optimization techniques, and that's the objective of our today's lecture series. Fine. तो मोर डिटेल्स आपको अबाउट द कोर्स एलपीपी, मेरी ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टेक्निक्स हिंदी की एक सेपरेट प्लेलिस्ट क्रिएट करी मैंने आपके लिए, जहां पे आप कंसेप्ट ऑफ द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन प्रॉब्लम, असाइनमेंट, नेटवर्क, इन सब का यूजेस क्या है, क्यों यूज करते हैं हम इसका, कहां कहां प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करनी है, ऑल आर ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल इन दिस प्लेलिस्ट. फाइन. मान लो आपको एग्जांपल से समझाता हूं. मान लो एक कंपनी है आपके पास विच वांट्स टू प्रोड्यूस सम प्रोडक्ट्स अंडर द सम लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज. लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज क्या हो सकते हैं? मैन पावर, मनी, मशीन्स, रॉ मटेरियल्स एक्सेट्रा. फाइन. और क्योंकि ये कंपनी है और आपका टारगेट क्या है? आपका टारगेट है उसके प्रॉफिट को क्या करना? मैक्सिमाइज करना. सो योर टारगेट इज टू मैक्सिमाइजिंग प्रॉफिट अंडर दीज सेवरल कंस्ट्रेंट्स. फाइन. So such type of the problem we can solve with the help of optimization techniques. और another example is, मान लीजिए आपके पास ये 3 machines है और 3 वर्कर्स है और 3 जॉब्स देनी है आपको. आपका टारगेट है इस तरह से असाइन करिए हर मशीन एक पर्सन के पास एक ही मशीन जाए, सो दैट द टोटल टाइम पीरियड्स टू एग्जीक्यूट द जॉब, total time periods to execute the job is minimized. Fine. तो ऐसा मान लो ये मशीन 1 है, आपने इसको इस बी प्लेयर को दे दी. फाइन. और ये थर्ड वाली सी को दे दी, 1 वाली ए को, सेकंड वाली बी को. तो हो सकता है टाइम मिनिमाइज ना हो. तो आपका टारगेट है इस मशीन को किसको असाइन करें जिससे आपकी जॉब जो है पूरी भी हो जाए और टाइम भी मिनिमाइज हो. अनदर एग्जाम्पल इज, मान लो आपको कुछ चेयर्स और टेबल्स मैन्युफैक्चर करने हैं. फाइन. एंड द टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टू प्रिपेयर अ चेयर्स एंड द टेबल्स ऑफ द मशीन्स ए बी सी आर 2 hours or 2 minutes. Let's say this is in terms of the hours. Then 2 hours is the time period required to prepare a chairs by the machine A. Similarly 1 hour for the machine B and 1 hour for the C. और चेयर की टोटल कॉस्ट कितनी है आपके पास? $3,000. Similarly for the tables it is a $6,000, and the maximum time periods you have allocated per week is 70 hours, 40 hours and the 90 hours. And your target is how many chairs and the tables should be made so that you can maximize the profit. आपको randomly चेयर नहीं डिजाइन करनी कि 10 चेयर डिजाइन कर दिया आपने, 5 चेयर टेबल कर दिए. You have to design the number of chairs and tables such that your target is to maximize the profit, because total profit is by 900. Fine. 600 plus 300. सो योर टारगेट इज दिस इज द पर वीक फाइन. तो कितना प्रॉफिट आप मैक्सिमाइज करना चाहते हो, दैट इज द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टेक्निक्स. As we have known, optimization is occurring in the many fields such as engineering design, machine learning, data science, production planning, and so on. The general mathematical model of the any optimization techniques is maximize or minimize fx, where f is called as objective function. What is the meaning of the objective function? The function which we want to maximize or minimize. Subjected to the constraints, g is my restrictions. फाइन. रिस्ट्रिक्शन आपकी क्या हो सकती है? लेबर्स, मैन पावर, मनी, टाइम एक्सेट्रा. तो रिस्ट्रिक्शन आपकी लेस देन जीरो हो सकती है, ग्रेटर देन जीरो, और इट मे बी इक्वल टू जीरो. एंड एक्स इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू मीन्स दैट इज अ नॉन नेगेटिविटी रिस्ट्रिक्शन. दैट इज ऑल्सो द रिस्ट्रिक्शन कि आपका एक्स हमेशा पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए, एंड बिकॉज इट्स अ नॉन नेगेटिव, so we call as non-negativity restrictions. Fine. Always remember students, whenever your target is to solve the optimization problem, fine, तो आपके three major components आपके पास work होते हैं. The three major components for any optimization techniques, any, fine. The first one is the decision variables, objective functions, and the constraints. Decision variable means the value of the x1, x2, x3, that is the required target. This one, the decision variables. Fine. Objective function is called as fx and the constant is called as the g. So the decision variable means आपका target क्या है कि कितने number of chairs, the number of the chairs. Fine. जैसे chair वाली example मैंने आपको दी, so let's say x1 is the number of the chairs, x2 is the number of the tables. Fine. तो आपका target है that is x1 and x2. The number of these are the unknown variable and our target is to find these values. Objective function is a function which we want to either maximize or minimize, and the constant is the restrictions which we have decided based on the decision variables x1, x2, and so on. What are the types of the optimization problems? There are the two kinds of the optimization problem. One is the linear and second is the non-linear. These all are based on the objective function fx and the constraint gx. Fine. In general, we already the linear optimization problems, and the method we solve with the help of the the linear optimization is called as linear programming problem. Fine. चलिए, what is the meaning of the linear? So that means whenever the objective function fx and the constant gx, if both are my linear functions, then we call as the linear programming problem. Fine. In general, we all know any function is said to be the linear if it's satisfied by two properties, equation number 1 and equation number 2, that we already discussed in our linear algebra lecture series. Fine. तो आप उसकी भी प्लेलिस्ट मेरे YouTube चैनल पे देख सकते हो, linear algebra playlist. Fine. Now, मान लो आपके पास x1, x2, xn are my decision variables and f of x is the objective function which we want to maximize or minimize. I call as a z. So my target is to maximize or minimize any one of them. Fine. What are the restrictions? Restriction may be less than sign, may be is equal to sign, or it may be greater than sign. So I call as a f1, f2, and f3. These are the function of my decision variables, and either is a greater than, less than, or equality sign. Fine. So for example, the complete optimization problem. This is my general optimization model. Maximize or minimize subject to the constraints. And when this constant is when this problem is said to be the linear, इनको linear कब कहेंगे? अगर आपका ये function f, f1, f2 and f3, f, f1, f2 and f3 all are my linear functions. Linear function मतलब जिसकी डिग्री 1 हो. Fine. All the functions are my linear, then we call as a linear optimization problem. The objective functions, that is my f is linear and all the constants are my linear. For example, or you can say that what is the general form of the linear is c1 x1 plus c2 x2 plus c3 x3 and so on, and subjected to the linear constraints. These are the simple example. 3x1 plus 4x2 minus 3x3 is the linear functions. Also you can see the constants are my linear. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि सारे के सारे कांस्टेंट लेस देन होने चाहिए. फाइन. कुछ ग्रेटर देन भी हो सकते हैं और कुछ लेस देन भी हो सकते हैं और कुछ इक्वालिटी के भी हो सकते हैं. दिस एग्जाम्पल नंबर 2. फाइन. और इन जैसे ये दोनों एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, हाउ यू कैन सॉल्व देम, यू ऑल नोस इन योर 10+2 standard class. Fine, you have already solved the problem with the help of the graphical method. Fine. And in this lecture series, we will also learn how you can solve this problem with the help of the simplex method. Now, the journal linear programming problem. What is a journal linear programming problem is, instead of writing C1 and C2, I can write as C1 x1 plus C2 x2 plus C3 x3 and so on. So I can write in terms of the summation. Similarly, in terms of the constants, I can write as a summation of Aij, xj is less than equal to bi. So there are the n or the m number of the constants. If you write this linear equations in terms of the matrix format, then I can write as a C transpose X, where C is nothing but my C1, C2, and Cn is a column vector, and capital X is my X1 up to the Xn is a column vector. Fine. So once you can multiply the C transpose X is a vector value, A is the coefficient matrix, or C is called as the cost vector. Fine. C is called as the cost vector, and capital X is called as the decision variable. Clear? Okay. Now what is a nonlinear? अगर आपके पास फंक्शन f, f1, f2, f3 इनमें से कोई एक, at least one of them is a nonlinear. Either the objective function is a nonlinear or the one of the constant is a nonlinear, then we call as the nonlinear optimization problem. For example, like here, objective function is nonlinear. Fine. और अगर आपसे पूछा जाए इसको सॉल्व कैसे करते हो, यू कैन यूज द स्टैंडर्ड कैलकुलस. कैसे मिनिमाइज करते हो आप इसको, फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव को जीरो करेंगे और उसमें से x निकालेंगे, देन वी कैन फाइंड द सेकंड डेरिवेटिव एंड चेक वेदर दे आर ग्रेटर देन जीरो और नॉट. ऐसे तो करते हैं ना मैक्सिमम और मिनिमम के लिए. सो वी कैन यूज द फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव एंड द सेकंड डेरिवेटिव टेस्ट. अब यहाँ पे देखिए, यहाँ पे कांस्टेंट कोई भी नहीं है, ओनली मिनिमाइजेशन ऑफ द f. बट if I consider the second example, you can see objective function is my linear. Fine. The first constraint is my nonlinear. The second constraint is my linear. Fine. तो मैंने क्या बताया, कम से कम एक constraint जहाँ objective function आपका nonlinear हो गया, then this is the category of the nonlinear optimization problem. यहाँ पे देखिए objective function is a nonlinear. Fine. So therefore the third example is also called as the nonlinear optimization problem. So what are the key basic difference between the linear and the nonlinear? You can see that in the objective functions is always a linear, constant is also always a linear. It may be the linear, fine, or it may be the non-linear. Similarly for the constraints, it may be the linear or it may be the non-linear. Complexity, because it is a linear, so complexity is a very small, or you can say it's a very easy. But in the case of the non-linear optimizations, because we need the derivatives, so that is a more complex nature. Similarly, what is a method? We can use the graphical method or the simplex method, while in case of the non-linear, we can use the calculus or the numerical methods like bisector methods and other methods here. मैं पूरी डिटेल सीरीज आपको इस लेक्चर सीरीज में आपको बता दूंगा. So what is the conclusion is, the linear optimization and the non-linear optimization problem is, the linear optimization problems are easy to solve, fine, and they are widely used in the course in the planning and the resource allocations. Moreover, linear optimization is widely used in the industries. Fine, for solving the industry problem, they are widely used them. On the other hand, the non-linear problems are more realistic problems, and they are used in the most data science problem, machine learning, data scientist tasks are there. Is it okay? So this is a brief idea what is optimization techniques. So we can start with them. What are the various types of the optimization techniques? Fine. And then we can start with the how you can solve this problem in a simple manner. I hope आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा होगा. You can like and comment on this video. You can share this video with your friends. Thanks for the watching. Thanks for your support. Good luck, students. Bye bye.